probate, and inheritance tax.
Dealing with inheritance tax, or IHT, is a complex and onerous part of administering estates. For complicated estates, you should always consider getting professional assistance. Some basic information about IHT might help. Even if you know that IHT is not applicable, the probate application always includes information for HMRC. If the value of an estate is below the IHT threshold, also known as the nil rate band, there will usually not be any IHT to pay. Sometimes no IHT is payable, even if the value of the estate is above the nil rate band. Any part of an estate passing to a spouse, civil partner or charity is IHT exempt, so no IHT is payable on these assets. Details of IHT rates and allowances, the tax forms to be completed, deadlines for sending forms to HMRC and potential fines and penalties can be found in our Knowledge Centre. The value of assets and liabilities that you need to declare for IHT purposes is the value at the date of death, also known as the probate value. The letters for you to use on DIY probate have been carefully prepared to make sure that you ask for the right information to be able to declare the correct values to HMRC. All assets must be valued and declared, including assets owned jointly with someone else. Often, a property is one of the most valuable assets in an estate, and so it's very important to make sure that this is valued correctly, which usually means that a specialist probate valuation is required. See our short video on property valuations for more information. The value of the estate when the person dies may not be the whole picture though, and in some cases a low-value estate can still be quite complicated. Other things that need to be declared and can affect the IHT position include gifts made by the deceased during the 7 years before they died, gifts made any time when the deceased continued to receive a benefit, for example, if they gave away their house to their children but carried on living there rent-free, assets in trust which the deceased received income from, foreign assets. In these situations, a more complicated IHT form is needed, so contact us for more information. Warning: HMRC do challenge valuations and ask questions if they think an estate has been undervalued. If values have been incorrectly declared, this can result in significant penalties being imposed. The penalties are usually a percentage of the additional IHT, which is payable and can range from up to 30% if the error was due to carelessness to up to 100% if something was deliberately not declared and was then concealed. This can amount to thousands of pounds, which you could find yourself personally liable for. The IHT forms can be completed for you by using the Solicitor Probate Application Service. This way, you can be sure that the correct forms are used and that they are completed accurately. This reduces your risk and takes away a lot of the worry of getting it wrong. See our short video on Solicitor Probate Application for more information. Once the IHT has been calculated, it's up to you to make sure that all IHT that's due is paid before the estate is distributed. You can set yourself a task through DIY Probate to remind yourself to check this has been done. Sometimes further assets do come to light later, even if all reasonable inquiries have been made. As long as you let HMRC know of any changes as soon as possible, there should be no penalty. You'll be asked to confirm what checks you made to investigate possible assets, and this is where good record keeping comes in, which DIY Probate can help you with. Top tip: if shares or property are sold for less than the probate value, you can usually claim a refund of IHT. So make sure you keep track of all of the values using DIY Probate.